Hi, Bad Gamer here, and today let's talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, for those who don't know, Assassin's Creed Shadows is the latest attempt for Ubisoft to revive a franchise that has once been the standard for open world games. But after looking at the recent state of people that played, like SkillUp for example, YongYea played it too, I'm skeptical. Well, I didn't get a copy yet, obviously, but after what I saw and after the state of Ubisoft in general and what we have been through with Ubisoft through the past years, I'm officially saying I'm out. Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed has a legacy, okay? I think Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and most of the people that have played it agree, is one of the best Assassin's Creed ever. Even though the buggy start of Unity back in the days was, for me, actually, I quite enjoyed the world that they're building, right? Because this is what Ubisoft is doing. They're really good at building worlds. Because not only the game mechanics with, the stealth that they provide and the blades coming out of their hands and, historical depths and characters that, return. And it was just like this heavy standing by itself type game that, had stories to tell, and with the same formula, which, like it or not, I think it's very important to have in this industry. Like, a Ubisoft game is a Ubisoft game, you know what I mean? And either you like it or not, many people like it, they cluster your maps full with things that you can collect and do and whatever. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm also not the biggest hater. But Shadows, man. Shadow feels like a cry for relevance rather than a return to greatness. And when they teased it, I don't remember how long ago, where they teased it with a bunch of other Assassin's Creed projects that they're having planned, like Hexe, which is like this, horror-coded one. And then they teased like a millisecond of a ninja landing with a red background. I don't know if you guys remember that. And when I saw a ninja, I was like, this is exactly what we wanted when we were talking about Assassin's Creed. The community always wanted a ninja because it's just like you're playing an assassin. Of course, you would think that a ninja is the next thing. Now, people that were in charge of the game in the beginning, well, they were saying, we don't want it to, turn into the ninja because it's way too cliche. That's why all the other ones that we saw were not as cliche, and, we're telling historical, in their sense, stories from other parts of the world, which made sense for the franchise as well. So yeah, again, returning to Shadows and actually giving the fans a ninja character, you would think that's the perfect thing to do, but Ubisoft. In the past few years, we have seen that the company leans heavily into microtransactions. And we all know what we want, right? We all know that we want to buy microtransactions in a game that I have already spent $70 or $80 on, right? Yes, Ubisoft, we love microtransactions. Didn't you understand the market perfectly? And didn't you understand the gamers perfectly, right? So Assassin's Creed Shadows feels like just another product that goes into the same realm. And instead of, being designed to innovate, it's being designed to sell. Not only have I seen countless videos on YouTube that, apart from microtransactions, we don't know if they will have microtransactions, or if we know, then please let me know in the comments. But from what I know so far, there are no microtransactions. And there might be some, okay, but we don't know if they're still there or not. Because they have delayed the game to polish it and to make it better, etc. And now, what they did with their gameplay formula, they split two gameplay mechanics in two characters. Okay, so we have Yasuke, right, which is the Black Samurai. And then we have, what was her fucking name? Okay, I found it. So her name is Naoe. Yasuke and Naoe. Yasuke being this tanky samurai, and Naoe being the actual assassin. Why can I not play in an assassin's game just an assassin, right? That is an actual ninja, and that gives me the ability to do things that I would think that a ninja does. I've seen at SkillUp's preview video. If you haven't checked it out, I will leave the link in the description. Or sorry, preview video. That while you can access some certain areas with Yasuke, Yasuke is this like rather clunky guy. He can't really climb as much, and you know, if you want to see some like, or go to some like lookout points, you can't access them because only Naoe would have like a grappling hook that will, for example, let you leap to specific places where you can't go with Yasuke. Now, in order to do so, you have to switch from Naoe to Yasuke, and then the other way around probably, because maybe they're only like melee-driven scenarios, which, like I said, I don't know. But from what I have seen in the previews, the game doesn't really give you the freedom to play only the character that you wish to play with. Okay? And again, as much as I like the setting in Japan, we already have a pretty amazing game that is set in Japan, which is called Ghost of Tsushima. And probably this year we will see also Ghost of Yote, which is, you know, the next game for Sucker Punch Studio. And they freaking knocked it out of the park, man. Like, it's amazing to see what they did with it, and how accurate some historical elements are in the game. And while Assassin's Creed always had this historical element to it, while Yasuke was a person that existed in feudal Japan, the way that they handled the character with like hip-hop music in the background and, you know, having this like stereotypical way, it's just like so tasteless, bro. So of course, like when you have the comparison with Ghost of Tsushima, you probably tend to rather give that a try, you know? And even though it's an older game, man, if you load that up on your PlayStation Pro, that looks freaking amazing, dude, you know? And imagine how Yote will look like, because Ghost of Tsushima was actually a PlayStation 4 game. Don't forget that. Just the whole thing feels like this far cry, no pun intended there. We need to sell this. That's why we're trying everything to speak to everyone, right? To the person who want to play another Ghost of Tsushima, or to a person that actually wants to play an assassin, and let's pack that in one game. Instead of staying true to their original roots, which they always say. For example, with Assassin's Creed Mirage, where they say like, oh, we want to, you know, give the fans a little bit more original taste from what Assassin's Creed used to be in the beginning, right? Well, if you do that, why don't you do it also with the games that you're, you know, marketing and trying to sell in order to survive? Because, man, Ubisoft, you know, I don't know if you heard the stories, but Ubisoft is in a pretty bad state right now. You can just Google, you'll find it out, but that's a completely different topic. This topic is about Assassin's Creed Shadows. So, I won't buy it. I'd rather wait for a Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yote, sorry, Ghost of Tsushima 2 is still, you know, in my head that way. Yeah, that will probably give me the experience of, you know, feudal Japan. And I know that I can trust them. It just feels good. Because, yeah, I kind of lost faith in Ubisoft. For the sake of the developers, I hope that the game, you know, as a gamer, I'm always hopeful, and I hope that the game will be nice, but I won't be spending money on it. I might just watch somebody playing it, and I'll wait for the actual samurai game that I want to play. So, yeah, that's my take on all of this. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. And one last message to Ubisoft. There you go again. I won't be buying Shadows. Bad Gamer out.